Hello and welcome to another IELTS speaking practice video by Johnny IELTS. And now I have 4 students from my IELTS class 39 and they are doing their regular speaking practice today. So we have Mr. Hui, Miss Lin, Mr. Bao and Miss Ngan. Are you there, Mr. Bao? Hello, Mr. Bao, are you there?
Sure. You hear
Okay,
me?
great. Okay, Miss Lin, are you there? How are you, Miss Lin? Hello.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, you're pretty
Thank
good
you.
today. Good. How about you, Miss Ngan?
I'm great.
Is it okay? Everything's great today. I guess so. Even though the planet doesn't look that great today. Mấy hành tinh này có vẻ không được ổn lắm. Well, just look at this one. You can say, oops. Nó không được ổn lắm đâu. Today is not the best day, I would say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Hui is also here, of course. So let's do our regular speaking practice. Yesterday we do number 1, part 1 already. So let's go to study today. So all of you are studying, right? Am I right? Have any of you worked? Class? Have any of you worked before or you just studying now?
Studying.
Okay, so I assume that all of you are students now, so you don't work. So I will ask you number 2 only. Sẽ không hỏi cái số 3 được tại vì các bạn đâu có ai làm việc đâu. Chưa có ai đi làm việc hết á. So in the real exam, they will ask you, do you work or do you study? And if you are still a student, you should say, I am still a student. So they will not ask you about work. Các bạn nên nói là em vẫn còn là sinh viên, I am still a student, thì họ sẽ chọn cái câu mà study thôi cho các bạn. Okay, now let's do speaking part 1, study. Okay, so Mr. Hui, what do you study? Or what is your major? Major here là cái ngành học á. So your major is what exactly do you study in university? So major, ngành học. So what do you study, Mr. Hui?
I study about math. Yes.
Oh, so you study math major. Ngành toán luôn hả? Ghê vậy.
No. Thanks. Yeah.
So you are still in your high school, right?
Yeah. High school. So.
Em nên trả lời là em ở trong high school và em học nhiều môn học này nọ xong rồi nêu ra. Like you should study, like you should say like I'm still a student, and then you mention the subject you study, something like that. So Mr. Hui, what do you study?
Thầy em học cái em rồi mình nói là ngành học em vẫn được mà đúng.
Huh?
Vậy thôi em nói.
Just say it. Just say it.
Coding. Yeah.
Like what exactly do you study, Mr. Hui? In school?
Programming.
Oh, programming. I say programming and math and other subjects, isn't it?
Yes.
I say. So, so tell me, Hui, do you like any subjects that you study?
Yes. I like information technology.
You like IT, I see. You like information technology, I see. So, Miss Lin, what do you study?
Still a student in high school, so.
Oh, so you are still a student in high school, I see. So you haven't decided your major, am I right? Have you decided?
Yes.
Have you decided what to study in university?
Yes. Next year will enter to university, so maybe I choose economics.
Economics, sorry. Economics. It's economics. Những nhóm ngành kinh tế. Economics. I see. But why do you choose that major? Why do you choose that major, Miss Lin? Is there a reason? Is it because it earns well? Kiếm được tiền tốt không? Is it because it earns well or because of other reason?
I think economics is really hard in the present and maybe probably in the future. And I had earn or find a well-paid job.
I can earn more, I see. Well, these days, a lot of people, they choose to study 2 majors. Like, they can get 2 degrees at the same time, so maybe they will stand a better chance in the job market. Có nhiều người học 2 bằng luôn á, bây giờ để có thể có được cơ hội tốt hơn trong thị trường lao động. To stand a better chance in the job market. Maybe you should do that too. Okay, so Miss Ngân, what do you think? What is your major, or what do you study?
My major in my university is English.
Oh, English major, right?
Yes, English major.
Right. But why did you choose that major?
Well, I can say that I have a passion
I can say that.
I can say that.
Yes.
I have a passion for languages. I want to learn English, I want to learn Chinese or Thailand.
Or Thai language, you mean? The Thai language?
Yeah, Thailand.
I see.
So that's why I choose this major. And of course, because, you know, it have give you your advantage to get an ideal job, you know, in the future.
Ideal job in the future.
Yeah, such as high salary, I think. Yeah.
Okay, but not always. It's like, think about the competition rate as well.
Competition.
Exactly. Nghĩ về tỷ lệ chọi đó nha, tỷ lệ cạnh tranh. Think about competition rate as well. Could be tough, could be very hard.
Yeah, but it's okay because it's my dream and my passion, so I feel easy for them.
I see. You know, I was educated as a pharmacist, right?
Yeah.
But then I quit and I decided to be an English teacher, and then and I also teach the piano and other sciences as well. Well, they say that follow opportunities. Don't follow your fashion, just follow your opportunities. I think it's a better way to live. Because sometimes when you follow your dream and passion, sometimes it doesn't lead you anywhere to the dream or passion, to your dream. And it can be frustrating. Mệt mỏi chán chường. It can be frustrating. So I think follow opportunity is a better way. So Bảo, how about you? What do you study?
Well, currently studying as a business administrator student. Yeah.
Business BA, so business administration.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's BBA. Well, I choose this major because
chosen. So I chose this major.
I chose this major
because
how can I say preparation.
Preparation.
Yeah, preparation steps for my future career.
For my future career, yes.
Well, actually, it's not the how can I say the major that
it's not a major
really
that you like, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
But
Yes or no?
Yes.
You have to answer like no. Câu đó em phải nói là không phải cái ngành em muốn đâu, chứ không phải là yes thì đúng rồi nha. You have to answer with a no. Be careful. You have to answer with a no. Okay. No, it's not the major that I like. No, it's not the major that I like.
No, it's not the major I like.
Cái vụ yes no này người Việt bị sai tùm lum đó. Anyway, so tell me, Mr. Bao, what kind of school did you go to as a child?
Oh my God.
Like, think about your primary school, secondary school, high school, kindergarten,
Oh.
something like that.
Well,
Yes.
as I was from primary to secondary class. I
School.
study at just one school only.
Oh, so all in one school, right?
Yeah.
I see. So how was that?
Oh, it's an international school.
Oh, you
It's
were learning in international school, I see.
yeah.
What international school was it?
Well, its
Yeah.
name is like IPS
AIPS.
AHS. Yeah.
American International School?
Uh,
Australian
no,
International
like
School?
it's just a system together. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Anyway, so Mr. Hui, please. So, do you study better in the mornings or in the afternoons or in the evening?
Yeah, I study better in the evening. Exactly
So it means
at
that you
night.
concentrate better during the evening compared to the
Yeah.
morning or afternoon, right?
Yes.
Try to expand it.
will.
Cố gắng mở rộng ra. Try to expand it. Try to expand it like why do you find it that way and what do you do if you have to study in the morning or afternoon? Like, for example, you take coffee or maybe drink tea or something like that.
Yeah. Say I will study in the evening because I will have highly concentrate.
So I will have a what?
Highly concentrate.
I will have a good concentration. Dùng danh từ đi. I'll have a good concentration. Or you can use the adjective form. I will be highly focused. Highly focused. I will be highly focused. Dạng tính từ. I'll be highly focused. We don't say I'll be highly concentrated. We don't say that. Mình sẽ không nói là highly concentrated tại vì nó nghe kỳ lắm. Cái từ concentrated còn có nghĩa là đậm đặc nữa cơ. So it's easier, it's more natural to say I will be highly focused on what I do.
Okay. I will be
To
highly
focus, I'll be more highly focused on what I do.
on study in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how about you, Lin? Do you study better in the mornings or in the afternoons or in the evenings?
I usually study in the afternoons.
In
because,
the afternoon. In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Because I can pay attention completely on my study.
Okay.
And because in the evening I often study a lot, and I often sleeping late, and in the evening I can wake up early. So this is
You mean in the evening you can wake up from your nap and study better, right?
No, I mean I can in the morning I can wake up early.
Oh, I used to be able to wake up early in the morning, but it's horrible. It's often horrible and I cannot really concentrate. So anyway, so how about you, Miss Ngan? When do you study better during the day?
I study better in the mornings, especially in the early morning. I like when I wake up and everyone's still asleep, and I feel like around me so quiet, and
It's
yeah,
so
I
quiet around me,
concentrate
so I
more.
feel like around me it's so quiet.
Yeah, so quiet, and I concentrate more when I study in the morning. I especially before breakfast,
Oh, so it means that
because
you do not eat anything before. You mean you do not eat anything for like an hour or so, and you study during that hour, during that time?
because this may sound strange, but every time I finish eating, I feel sleepy again.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
so
don't you
I
still
will
don't you feel
choose to like,
hungry?
yeah, it's so great. But so I choose to like wake up early and
Oh,
no breakfast. Yeah, it helped me to focus on my study.
I think sometimes I feel the same too. It's like I read an article. They say that what you can do before your first meal of the day, and they
Yeah.
said that you can do a lot before your first meal of the day. Trước cái bữa ăn đầu tiên trong ngày có thể làm được rất nhiều thứ nha. And once you had it, it feels like you need time to relax after eating the meal.
That's right.
Mình
Just
cần
like
thời
coffee.
gian, cần thời gian để relax sau cái bữa ăn đầu tiên chứ. I think you need time to relax after the first meal. People said that. Anyway, okay, let's come to the next question. It's a bit more difficult. So, Mr. Bao, please. So, do you think Vietnam has an effective education system? Em có nghĩ rằng Việt Nam có một cái hệ thống giáo dục hiệu quả không? Think about the teaching. Think about the subjects.
Okay, so
Think about
actually
anything. Yeah.
I will
Please.
talk at my school, not because
No. The
I
question
don't.
here regard the whole country. So you should talk about like the whole country, not just your
Well,
school.
actually, saying that our country is like hasn't had an effective education way. Because like here in Vietnam, the teachers just like make the students to study, but
Made someone
just
do something. Be careful. Make someone do something. Không phải
oh,
make someone to
make
do
the
something đó.
students to
So make
study.
students
To study, just
make students study. Make students
make
study.
students study. Just only theory. The theories.
The theory only.
Yeah, the theories only.
Theory.
But
Cứ thò thè lưỡi á. Theory.
some I can say like some lessons require practical.
Of course, they require practical skills, but it's nearly
practical
impossible
skills.
to do in Vietnam because
Yeah.
we don't have enough. We have the lab, but I don't know why they don't allow students to go to the laboratory.
Yeah. That's the
I don't know why.
That's the one I'm not like this. Yeah.
That's why you don't like it, I see. So what do you think, Miss Lin? Do you think your country has an effective education system? Okay, think about different subjects. Like, do you think your country, the teaching of English, the teaching of language is good? Think about different subjects, Miss Lin. Hello? Miss Lin, are you there? Hello? Lanai, are you there? I think she has a problem. Connection or something. Okay, Miss Hui, what do you think, Mr. Hui? Do you think your country has an effective education system?
I think no, because the way of education, that the student is very passive.
You mean the students are very passive, rất là thụ động. Very good. Lên em coi thử chọn cái microphone khác đi. Try to choose a different microphone. Okay, so what do you mean by student being very passive? Does it mean that the teacher talk all the time?
Yes, they don't let the student buy, you know,
Yes, go on.
like,
Tiếp tục đấy, come on, speak. Okay, so how about English lessons? Do you think the teaching of English in your country is good?
no, because they just talk. They don't let the student, speaking or writing, you know.
Students do not know how to speak or write well, isn't it?
Yeah,
So most of the time it's just listening and reading, isn't it?
yes.
And grammar.
Just they will do some cái bài tập ấy.
There's a lot of exercises.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exercises,
It's on the book. Very simple, not too hard, so the student is very passive.
I see. But
It's just
after 12 years of studying in schools, a lot of students do not know how to speak English. Is that right?
yes. They were scared to speak speak English with someone else.
With someone else?
With someone especially foreign people.
A foreigner, especially with foreigners, is difficult,
Yeah.
isn't it? Do you remember, okay, Mr. Hui and Bao, do you remember the first day you study at my place? It was 9 months ago. 9 tháng trước.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you were?
Well, I just study you like by Mr. Lam did.
Yeah, what do you say? You said study with me by...
Actually, Mr. Lam,
Introduce.
He passed me for you to study.
So
teach.
he introduced you to me.
Yeah.
So he introduced
Yeah.
you to me, so you could study at my place, I say. But
Yeah.
I was wondering why he did that.
I really don't know. Actually,
I was wondering why.
Well, actually, he once said to me that he doesn't speak English well.
I understand. It's like, I think something about Mr. Lam, he's a bit shy. Sometimes I think he's a bit shy.
Yeah.
And he's not really confident when he speaks. So that's a problem. Anyway, so Miss Vương, would you like to further your study? So we have a verb here, to further something. To further something means to go another step higher in something. Đi một bước cao hơn, đi một bước tiếp theo cho một cái gì đó. To go another step higher in something. Would you like to further your study? Em có muốn đi học lên cao không? Why or why not?
Em ạ.
Yes, Miss Nhắn.
Yeah, definitely. Because for me, learning is lifelong, right? So, especially my major in university is about languages.
Yes.
So it will never be enough for a particular language, like it requires you to study every time continuously and improve it more and more.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, of course I would like to further my study.
Exactly. But do you have any idea in mind, like after this degree, what would like to study more? Like a master, maybe, or study another major, something like that?
If I, when I graduated, I decided to learn another languages.
I say maybe Thai language or Chinese language, right?
Yes.
I see. Could be a good idea. Like, for example, me, I speak, of course I do speak English and Vietnamese, but I do like German a lot. So I know how to speak some German and Hungarian language as well. So 4 languages.
Really?
Yes.
My grandfather lived in Germany about
To
5
live
years.
in Germany.
Yeah, Germany is about 5 years.
Yes. It's not an easy country to study in or to live, but
Oh,
I would say, well, it's a good language to learn because it's a scientific language and it's fun to learn that language, I think. Anyway, so Bảo, are you looking forward to working? To look forward to something? To look forward to something?
you mean to
To look
working?
forward to plus verb ing. Mong chờ cái gì đó. Mong chờ để làm gì đó.
You
Are you
mean
looking
like to
forward
work?
to working? Em có mong chờ đến lúc đi làm không? Are you looking forward to working? Why not?
Well, actually, yes. I'm like find really want to find like a part-time job for me to like I can earn some money for myself.
Can earn some money for myself, I say. Money. It's the good motivation that everyone looks for. Nó là cái động lực tốt, ai cũng muốn money đó. Everyone wants money, isn't it? How about
Không
you,
có tiền
Huy?
sống kiểu gì?
Exactly, without money, how could you survive? So Huy, are you looking forward to working?
Yeah, why not? Because I think when you work, after you study, it can go. It's like it's achievement. Achievement when you have for learn 4 years in college and 12 years in school.
Dạ đúng rồi, tới ngày 3. Cái xong. Dạ đúng rồi.
Bảo
Đó là
Bảo,
thành quả.
if you have a call, please turn off your microphone. Huy, can you try again? Are you looking forward to working?
Yes, because when you work, you, after you study,
Yeah.
yes, I think it can call it an achievement after you have study 4 years in the college and 12 years in school.
And it's time to and that tell you that it's time to make money.
Yes.
It's like when you study, it's when you are a bit poorer.
Yeah.
They say that when you study, it's when you are a bit poorer because you don't work that much or you don't work at all. But so right, so I take your answer as a yes. I take your answer as a yes. Được coi như cái câu trả lời của em là yes đi. Okay, so Linh, how about you? Would you like to further your study? Or you look forward to working?
Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you well. Are you looking forward to working or would you like to further your study, Miss Lin?
So, I think I'm quite in major, so I need to have more experience or have more. I need to more practice and more to be more major. So
To be more what? To be more what? Say again.
To be more major. Major.
Uh-huh. So you want to do another major, I see.
Nó là major, trưởng thành.
Mature. Oh my god. Mature. Mature. Cái từ đó là trưởng thành. Mature. 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 It's mature. And the noun form is maturity. 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 Sự trưởng thành. Maturity. Maturity. And mature. So say again, Lynn. Are you looking forward to working or you would like to further your study? Thử lại đi Lynn.
I think I will further to study. I further my study because I think I'm quite immature, so I need to be...
I think I'm quite immature. Immature. I'm quite immature, so
Quite immature, so I need to be mature and have more experience about life.
more experience about life. So
I can find a well job and I don't talk about life.
I see. Okay, so let's go to part 2 and part 3 now. So class, I explained part 2, part 3 yesterday already. But so let's try to choose something you can do now.
Teacher,
Yes.
em Thiên Bảo này, nãy sorry thầy nha, em phiền thầy quá. Mà em cho em xin 5 phút chút xíu là thầy, tại vì em có việc chút xíu á.
Okay, okay.
Dạ em biết. Dạ
Sure. You mean now? Okay, sure. Now, so let's go to a topic part 2 and 3. So we did 48 already about a strange person and loving person that you know yesterday.
Yes.
So we have a lot more that we can do. For example, you have 52. We have part 2 and part 3 as well. So remember, for part 3, it will always follow the topic of part 2. Nhớ nha, part 3 á, nó luôn luôn theo 3, nó luôn theo cái chủ đề của part 2 nha. But the problem is, you are not allowed time to think for part 3. So you have to immediately answer part 3. Các bạn đâu được cho thêm thời gian để suy nghĩ cho part 3 đâu. Cho nên á, là bắt buộc phải nói liền nha. In part 3, you should talk longer. Try to speak longer. Part 3 talks about wider topics. Những chủ đề mà nó rộng hơn, wider topics. About the society around you, xã hội xung quanh mình. About the economy, kinh tế. About the people, về con người. Something like that. So try to present it in a way that you are discussing something. Mình nên trình bày theo kiểu mà mình đang biện luận, tranh luận cái gì đó. Like for example, this question asks about what kind of ambition do people have? Con người ta có những cái loại mà tham vọng nào? Ambition. Tham vọng nào? Thì maybe you think about different type of ambitions and then you try to give example for each of them. Mình có thể cho ra những cái loại tham vọng mà mình cho mỗi một cái ví dụ chẳng hạn. So the main thing here is to help speak longer. So the examiner will have more chance to give you a better grade. Nếu các bạn nói dài ra thì là cái người examiner sẽ có thêm cơ hội để cho các bạn điểm cao hơn, điểm tốt hơn. And sometimes you can do counter argument. Counter argument. Đó là tranh luận ngược lại, phản luận lại và phản biện lại. Counter argument. For example, for the question, should parents interfere with children's ambition? Cho cái câu mà cha mẹ có nên can thiệp vào cái tham vọng của trẻ nhỏ hay không? Some people will say yes, some people will say no. You can exploit that. Các bạn có thể thử cái cách đó. Một số người thì nói có, một số người nói không chẳng hạn. Thì sao? Thì tại sao nên, tại sao không nên? Why should we interfere? Why should we not interfere? Think about that. Phản biện nó theo kiểu nó ngược lại, like try to counter argument, try to do a counter argument. But of course, you should always explain, nên luôn nên giải thích ra tại sao. If you use idioms, make sure you say it right, okay? Because if you do it wrong, it's a reduction in your score. So idiom is a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. Idiom nó là con dao hai lưỡi nha. Thành ngữ nếu mà sử dụng đúng thì có thể được điểm tốt hơn, nhưng mà nếu sử dụng sai, trừ điểm. So it's a double-edged sword, con dao hai lưỡi nha. Well, Let's try 52. Bảo, are you back there? Như Bảo còn bận á. But anyway, let's do 52 now. Describe the person you would like to become in 10 years. Cái câu này nói về chủ đề mà tham vọng những cái mà đạt được trong tương lai. So, describe the person you would like to become in 10 years. You should describe something in the future. Mình nên miêu tả cái trong tương lai nha. Miêu tả cái người mà mình muốn trở thành trong vòng 10 năm tiếp theo. Like, in the next 10 years, who would you like to become? 10 năm tiếp theo các bạn muốn trở thành người thế nào? You should say, what kind of person you are now? Bây giờ bạn là người thế nào rồi? What kind of person you want to become? Bạn mong muốn trở thành người thế nào? What you need to do to become that person? Bạn cần làm những bước gì để trở thành cái người như thế? Explain why you want to become a person like that. Giải thích tại sao bạn lại mong muốn trở thành cái người như vậy. So, part 3 of ambition. So, what kinds of ambition do people have and why? Con người ta có những cái loại mà tham vọng nào? So, think about ambitions, different kind of ambitions. Ambitions about love, tình yêu chẳng hạn. Ambitions about career. Nghề nghiệp. Ambitions about what is it? To become famous. That is fame. Sự nổi tiếng. Sự nổi tiếng. Người muốn nổi tiếng. A lot of people they want to be famous. A lot of people they want to be successful. That is career. Muốn thành công đó là về career, con đường công danh. They want to be loved by a lot of people or have a good wife, husband, partner. That is love. Đó là tình yêu. What are the ambitions? They want to travel. Ambition about travel. Traveling or travel. Về chuyện đi lại, muốn đi đến khắp nơi trên thế giới chẳng hạn. Want to be everywhere in the world. Maybe some other kind of ambitions. Like for example, some people they want to write more books. Viết nhiều sách hơn. Like for example me, I want to write more books. Muốn viết nhiều sách hơn. Some people they want to know more languages. Biết nhiều ngôn ngữ hơn chẳng hạn. Or some people they want to experience strange cultures. So I experience life more. Muốn trải nghiệm cuộc sống nhiều hơn. Like they want to have more interesting experience. Muốn có những cái trải nghiệm thú vị hơn chẳng hạn. Want to have more interesting experiences. Những trải nghiệm thú vị hơn. Okay. And you try to explain, like give examples about them, okay? Cho ví dụ thêm về những cái khoản đó. Nhưng mà cái lý do nó còn hỏi tại sao nữa cơ. Why do they want to have those kind of ambitions? Well, there's a theory. Có một cái lý thuyết đó là con người ta thiếu cái gì thì người ta sẽ muốn cái đó. There's a theory that say there's a theory in which whatever people desire, they actually lack that. Bất kỳ cái thứ gì con người ta mong mỏi, mong muốn thì họ thực sự là thiếu cái điều đó. They actually lack that. Whatever people desire, they actually lack that. So it could be one possible reason. Có thể là một cái lý do có thể. Okay, you think about the reasons. Why people want to be famous? Tại sao muốn nổi tiếng? Because they demand, because some people they want to have more attention. Một số người họ muốn có thêm cái sự mà chú ý của xã hội, quần chúng chẳng hạn. Or they want to have more money. Muốn có nhiều tiền hơn, nổi tiếng thì đi kèm nhiều tiền hơn và nhiều drama hơn. If you are more famous, you have more dramas and more money, yeah. And more fake people in your life. Và những người mà giả tạo trong cuộc sống nè. More fake people in your life. Alright, next question. Why should parents encourage children to have ambitions? Tại sao các bậc cha mẹ nên khuyến khích trẻ nhỏ có tham vọng? So, think about why children need to have some ambition. So, without ambition, what would happen? Nếu mà không có tham vọng thì trẻ nhỏ sẽ như thế nào? Liệu nó có muốn cố gắng không? Would children want to try hard to become... No, they would not, right? Try hard to become
And have no direction.
Version of themselves. Exactly. Nó sẽ không có cố gắng hơn để trở thành cái phiên bản tốt hơn của chính bản thân, và nó sẽ trở nên lazy. They will become lazy and they have no direction in life. No direction in life. Không biết đời đi đâu.
Sống này đây mai đó.
Say again.
Cuộc sống này đây mai đó.
Đúng, chính xác. Nơi đây mai đó luôn á. Giống kiểu sao cũng được, kệ cái đời đưa đẩy. It's like just let life leads you. It's not a good life because a lot of the time you end up with the wrong people. Em kết cục đó, em lại rơi vào những cái người mà rất là sai trong cuộc đời. You end up with the wrong people and your life will go down. Cuộc sống đi xuống. And so if you want children to have a better life, you should encourage them to have ambitions. Muốn trẻ nhỏ có cuộc đời tốt hơn ba má nó chẳng hạn, thì nên khuyến khích là nó có cái ambitions. Or if some people can think differently, nếu mà không có ambition thì sao? Có nhiều cái ambition mà nó quá đáng lắm. There's some ambition that is a bit too much. Có nhiều cái người mà ambition quá, có ambitious quá, nó xảy ra một cái chuyện đó là sẵn sàng làm đủ thứ chuyện để đạt được mục đích. Nó không phải điều tốt đâu. Some people, they are too ambitious. They are willing to do things, to do anything to achieve their goals. Họ sẽ có sẵn lòng làm tất cả thứ gì mà để đạt được cái mục tiêu của họ, dù có điều xấu hay không. Even though sometimes it can be a bad thing. Đạt là người khác mà tiến thân. Have you seen that? Some people, they are willing to how can I say, step on the others in order to succeed. They step on the others in order to succeed. Đúng nghĩa là đạp lên người khác để thành công. Step on the others in order to succeed. And those people are dangerous. Những người đó rất là nguy hiểm. So sometimes if the child already have ambition, you should not encourage them more to have more ambitions. Với những đứa mà nó đã có ambition rồi á, đừng có cố mà nó khuyến khích nó thêm nữa. Trời ơi, nó sẽ ambitious kinh khủng lắm. Và lỡ đâu nó không đạt được thì sao? Nó sẽ gây ra tình trạng mà trầm cảm. If they are too ambitious and they do not achieve what they want, it could lead to depression và những hành vi chống phá xã hội nha, and antisocial behaviors. Nguy hiểm lắm phải không đâu? Antisocial, yes, suicidal thoughts.
Em hay bị điều này nhiều.
Những suy nghĩ muốn tự tử. Suicidal thoughts. Không đùa đâu nha. Cho nên không phải lúc nào cũng cứ khuyến khích đâu nha. Not always. You should not always encourage children to have ambitions, because there are cases that you should not. Có những trường hợp extreme lắm luôn, thầy biết, thầy thấy rồi. I've seen cases that are very extremes. Okay. Should parents interfere with children's ambitions? Các bậc cha mẹ có nên can thiệp vào cái tham vọng của trẻ nhỏ hay không? Should parents interfere with children's ambitions? Có nên can thiệp vào không? Like for example, some children, they have unrealistic ambition. Những kỳ vọng, tham vọng không thực tế. Unrealistic ambitions. And if they follow them, it could lead to no result. Nó có thể dẫn đến không kết quả nào cả. And they waste time, they waste their years and money, effort. They can waste money, time and effort that could have been spent to do something else. Chúng phí phạm tiền bạc, thời gian và nỗ lực mà lẽ ra có thể được dành cho làm cái chuyện gì đó khác. For example, những người không biết hát, nhưng hoặc là những người hát rất dở, nhưng cuối cùng vẫn cứ theo đuổi tham vọng của thành ca sĩ, mà cuối cùng họ không làm được điều đó, thì nó tốn biết bao nhiêu năm học, you know. Like some people, they don't know how to sing, but then they follow their path, their dream to become, their ambition to become singers. But at the end, they could not sing still. And as a result, they wasted many years of their life that could have been spent to study something else. Có nhiều trường hợp như vậy rồi. Xong rồi tự nhiên bắt đầu lại từ những cái năm mà lúc đó già rồi bắt đầu lại. Who else? Okay, now should teachers encourage students to have ambitions? Những người giáo viên có nên khuyến khích học viên có tham vọng hay không? Like, should I encourage you to get to band 7.5? Thầy John có nên khuyến khích học trò thi được band 7.5 không? Of course I should. Of course I should. So think about it. Is there any harm in doing so? Liệu có bất kỳ cái harm, cái sự hại nào khi mà khuyến khích như vậy không? Is there any harm if I encourage you to do so? I don't see any harm, right? Không thấy cái harm nào mấy.
Thầy ơi, thầy có nghe thấy mấy cái tiếng ồn không?
Say again?
Em nghe tiếng
Em không nghe thấy thầy nói gì cả.
You don't hear me?
Tự nhiên nãy nó rất ù rồi, nó ù rồi, nó giống như là nó bị chập dây.
I see. Mọi người nghe thầy
Em không nghe thấy thầy nói gì.
You don't
Giờ
hear me?
thì hết rồi.
Yeah.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Class, do you hear me now?
Dạ, giờ
Nghe rồi.
Interesting. What is that sound? No, it's fine. I think all my equipment works. Okay, think about it. What could be the result if I do not encourage my students to have ambition? Cái kết quả của chuyện nếu mà thầy không khuyến khích trẻ nhỏ, không khuyến khích học viên có tham vọng là gì? Would you study? Would you be lazy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably. Rất là có khả năng là như vậy. Would you give up on your study? Có sẵn sàng là give up không? Có sẵn sàng bỏ cuộc trong chuyện học không?
Yes.
Maybe some will. So I should encourage my student to try better, I think. All right, so think about this topic 52, please. Nghĩ về chủ đề này đi các bạn. You have 3 minutes. 3 phút suy nghĩ, bắt đầu. Okay, let's do it, class. Describe the person you would like to become in 10 years. Ms. Ngan, can you start first?
Wow. That is hard questions. It's too hard for me. I have no idea for this.
Don't
By
worry,
chance.
it's just 10 years later.
10 years.
Okay, think about the fact that you want to know more, you want to study more. Maybe you can become, who knows, maybe a master of ceremony, MC, you know?
Okay, so
Master of ceremony, MC. In a program, you may be a host in a talk show. You know, if you know a lot, you can be a host in a talk show, and that earns well. Kiếm được tiền không ít đâu. Well, you could join game show as well. Or if you know a lot, you can work as an interpreter. Người phiên dịch viên. Or you can work as a teacher,
Like
of
a
course.
teacher.
Of course. Easy choice.
Okay, I would say
Okay.
Ambitious persons. So I have a lot of dream about music or languages, like I mentioned it before. You know, people want to be a successful persons in the future, and I am no exception. I really want, and in the next 10 years, I want to be English teacher.
An English teacher.
Yes, like you.
Thank you. I might not be an English teacher next year, who knows?
So that's why I choose English major in my university. And I also working as a assistant.
An assistant.
Yeah, an assistant, like a part-time job to gain more experience. And you know, being a teacher is not only give me a steady income, in fact, but
actually it's quite steady. Actually, it's quite steady.
But also it's one of the most respected professions.
Respected profession.
Yeah, and it's also one of the reasons why I want to become a teacher.
Well,
that's
good. That's a good explanation. Nó là một cái phần trình bày khá là tốt đấy, một cái sự giải thích khá tốt. Okay, Huy, are you? Can you describe the person you would like to become in 10 years?
Oh yes, the person I know. So I'm just a high school student study.
I'm just a high school student.
Yeah, high school student. And I learn about the IT major. So the person I want to become is an expert software engineer.
An expert in software engineer. An expert. So, an expert in software engineering.
Yes.
Nó là cái việc. Software engineering. And software engineer is a person. Còn cái ngành á, nó là software engineering. So, it's a person or is it a job? It's a job. It's software engineering. I want to be an expert in software engineering. But why?
Oh, no, it's my passion when I was young, when I was a kid. I want to make a website and a mobile app and desktop app, yeah, to help people work easier. Yeah, to have a life, something like that. Yes, so.
But you haven't explained why you want to become a person like that.
Yeah, can you say again?
You have to explain why you want to become a person like that too, you know. Mà tại sao, lý do tại sao em muốn thành người như vậy?
Well, I think the software engineer, I feel something I feel very amazing when you create a website, you know. You can do many things what you want. If you want to talk with people or
people with people.
You
want to talk with people.
Yeah, when you talk with the people, You can create a website to talk with them. So you can do anything when you
Of course.
begin
Now, okay, that's
first
good.
one.
Đừng đi quá xa, em đã bắt đầu nó lặp đi lặp lại đó. You are starting to repeat yourself now. Don't
Okay.
repeat yourself. Okay, now Miss Lin, please. Are you there? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, please describe the person you would like to become in 10 years. Can you?
Now, I'm not good at English, so maybe 10 years from now, I would like to become an interpreter.
And what?
Interpreter.
Interpreter, những âm hai. It's
Interpreter.
interpreter. It's interpreter. Interpreter. Of course, you can always check the pronunciation. It's sometimes it takes a long time.
Interpreter.
Nhưng âm hai, see? Second syllable. Interpreter.
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 Interpreter. But why would you like to do that? Miss Lin? Yeah, but why? Explain why.
Interpreter is so hot now, and I think the future is also hot. I want to have a high level of proficiency in English and maybe in another language.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do the thing I need to do to become that person is I have to practice more. I have to set a goal for me. I have to follow this, spend more time practicing English.
True. Okay, so that's what you need to become, that person. Actually, being an interpreter is quite fun because you can get to many places. You can get to work in many different environment, and that's fun. It's actually fun. Một công việc khá là fun đấy, khá là vui đấy, đi được khắp nơi. Well, but traveling a lot can sometimes be very tiring, you know, có thể khá là mệt mỏi, khá là tiring nhé, because it makes you feel tired. Be careful with the adjective, okay? Tính từ chủ động bị động, passive or adjective or active adjective. Interesting, interested, tiring, tired, something like that. Now, so Mr. Bao, please.
Hello.
Yes, can you describe a person you would like to become in 10 years? Your turn now.
Well, in 10 years later, so I would be 32 years old. So actually, at that time, I would like to be financially stable.
A financially stable person? No.
Yeah, stay fit and healthy.
Oh, of course, healthy.
Well, actually, moreover, I want to fluently in German.
I want to be fluent in.
Sorry. I want to be fluently in German.
To be fluent.
I
want to be fluent in.
Yeah, in German.
Oh, in German as well.
And Japanese. And just that two language more. Also I would be a respectable businessman by helping the others to achieve their goals. And at that time I could travel to 5 continents. Yeah, all of the countries. Yeah. So in the regards to living, actually I will always be moving. not just
so
only
you like a
one
life,
place.
you like a work life that is constantly on the move.
Yeah.
I like a work life that it's constantly on the move.
And I would also have a wise relationship, especially with the, like VIP
With
person.
very important person, VIP,
Yeah.
KOL,
Yeah.
key opinion leaders, and
Okay.
important person, famous people, celebrities. Well, it's a good life to have, no?
Yeah.
But beware, a lot of those people aren't your friends.
And that's the people I want to be.
You want to be
in
a famous person, so probably
Yeah.
I will be the teacher of a celebrity. Oh,
Yeah.
try hard. Who knows? Maybe in the next 10 years, I will see Miss Ngân as a famous
singer.
Famous singer. Of
Yeah.
course, I'm sure you sing better than Chipu. Of course, I think you sing better than her. Okay. Anyway, let's go to part 3 of ambitions. So, Mr. Hui, what kinds of ambitions do people have and why? What do you think?
About
Yes?
well, ambition.
Ambitions.
Ambition.
About ambitions.
That will be good version.
Well, if you have ambition to be a good person, well, that could be one ambition.
Yeah.
But it's not something that people normally talk about, I think.
Yes, because it will be a good person, very good. Everyone will love you.
You mean ambition in terms of social relationship?
Yes.
Quan hệ xã hội. Social relationships, yeah.
Why not? Because relationship, you have many relationships, maybe good with you. Yes.
Anything else?
Let me see. I can have you in work.
New what?
In work, when you work, if you have many social relationships, I can have you when you get a problem.
When you're what?
When you get a problem.
When you have any problem, they can help you.
Yes.
Well, it's true. Sometimes I think so too.
Why not?
Now, any other kind of ambitions? Miss Lin, do you know what kind of ambitions people often have? And why?
It depends on each person. Each person have different ambitions. Other people have like they want to have to be a successful or.
Say again, I cannot hear that. Cái phần còn lại không nghe được. Để lại gần cái microphone đi em. Try to be near to the microphone.
Some people want to be successful or have more money because they want to change your life. They want to change the life and want to have a good living standard.
Good living standard. Tiêu chuẩn sống tốt. Very good. A good living standard. What is a good living standard? Have to have a good salary, have good food, organic food, phải là thực phẩm hữu cơ. And good living standards require you to live in a good apartment or house. You don't have to work a lot and you can enjoy art, có thể hưởng thụ nghệ thuật and enjoy yourself. That is good living standard. Beside that, a good living standard, you should have cats. Phải có mèo mới gọi là good living standards. Exactly, you should have cats. Lại đây con.
Oh.
I have 3 cats now.
You're so rich, teacher.
Come here. I'm not rich. Come on. Isaac, come here.
Too rich. Not rich, too rich.
Trời ơi, mèo đó thì kêu không rich rồi.
Hả?
Mình có nghĩa mắt là
Làm sao? Ok. Sisi lại đây con. Come here. You have my ear. Oh girl. Lát uống thuốc nha. Lát uống thuốc nha con. Không có được quẩy, không được quẩy. Ok. You will have to consume your pills. Yeah.
You're like a different person when you play with cats.
I am. Am I? Of course, I'm a different person when I play with cats. Hey, don't fight, không được đánh nhau nhé các con. No.
con mèo đánh nhau luôn.
Còn bé nó màu đen nhưng mà nó nhát lắm, không chịu cho bế đâu. Another black cat, he doesn't want me to hold him. So anyway, let's go to the next question now. So Mr. Bao, please. Why should parents encourage children to have ambition? What do you think? Các bạn hoàn toàn có thể không đồng tình với một câu nào đó cũng được nha. Nó cũng là một dạng câu trả lời. You can totally disagree with a question. Phản biện lại, try to do a counter argument, try to question back. Mình thử mình đặt câu hỏi lại nó. That is also a way to answer to. Like for example, if you do not agree with this question, you should do so. Không đồng tình câu nào đó, mình cứ phản bác lại câu đó cũng được. So, Mr. Bao, why should parents encourage children to have ambitions then?
Wow. This question a bit
This
hard
question
to say.
it's quite difficult for me to answer.
Yeah. Well, in my opinions, children, they are very sensitive
They are
from
sensitive.
like the factors that how can I say effect from the outside, like especially the negative.
The negative influences,
Yeah, negative
những cái ảnh hưởng
influence.
tiêu cực, especially negative influences.
So if they like they are influenced too much, they will get like negative opinions like suicide.
They can be depressed. They can have suicidal thoughts.
So what parents should do is that they like how I say I don't know. They should point out the problems they the children's are like they are having, and explain like the ways. What? Teacher, sorry,
So what do you think, Miss Ngân? Why should parents encourage children to have ambitions then?
Oh, teacher, I'm again.
Yes.
Em nói tiếp nha hay sao?
Okay, you can continue, and then Miss Ngân will answer.
Well, moreover, the parents should explain like carefully and have the alternative ways.
Opportunities to have open conversation. Để có những cuộc đàm thoại mở.
Open conversations. So that their children can easily to talk with them. Because I'm not actually a parent, so I cannot have more ways. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. So, Miss Ngân, please. So, what do you think? Should parents interfere with children's ambitions? Có nên can thiệp không?
Well, in my opinion, I don't think so. Because like some decisions of children make up like based on their personality. Yes, and if the parents like don't know well about child personality well, this can lead to like misdirections for the child. And this is really harmful.
Misdirection is a very good word to say. Misdirection. Oh wait, I mean I should check this word if it's a real word or not. Misdirection. Oh yeah, it's a real word. Từ này có thiệt. A misdirection is an action of sending someone to the wrong place or aiming something in the wrong direction. Hướng tới, nhắm tới cái vị trí sai, hoặc là gửi người nào đến cái nơi nào đó sai sai. It's a misdirection. Okay, good. Please continue. Don't let me stop you.
That's all.
Oh, that's all. Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you think, Hui? Should teachers encourage students to have ambitions?
Of course, yes. Why not? Because if a particular non-encourage student to have ambition, the student will very passive. They don't want to study anything. They just want to play. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of students these days, you see, a lot of students these days, a lot of children these days, or students, they don't have any ambition. And they just wait until the day is over. They just work and wait until their salary and they spend, but they don't have any direction in life. Do you think it's how can I say, not a good thing? Do you think it's not a good thing? If people don't have direction in life, do you think it's a bad thing?
In that situation, unless their family is so rich, so like they are not mind about.
They don't mind about the lack of job or the lack of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ba mẹ chỉ mong con có công việc đàng hoàng thôi, chứ tiền bạc thiếu gì tầm này. It's like, yeah, some families like they are really rich and they just want their child to have a job and that's it, but they have enough money to support. So yeah, sometimes, yeah. But the point here is, why should students have ambition? It's because if you do not have ambition, you are more likely to fall into the wrong group of people, make wrong friends. Có thể kết bạn xấu, rơi vào cái nhóm sai. You can fall into a wrong path in life. Có thể rơi vào một cái con đường rất là sai trái trong cuộc sống. Fall into the wrong path, a wrong path in life. Make wrong friends. Kết những người bạn rất là sai. Make wrong friends. Or meet the wrong people. Yep. So both parents and teachers should do that. Okay, let's go to, we have half an hour left. Let's try another topic, shall we? Let's try 51. It's a part 2 topic only. Chỉ là part 2 thôi mà. Describe a childhood friends of yours. Miêu tả một người bạn ấu thơ từ thời thơ ấu của các bạn. A childhood friend of yours. So it means that you knew that person from the day that you were very young, từ những ngày mình còn rất bé cơ. You should say when you met him or her. Các bạn gặp người đó hồi nào. Where you met him or her, bạn gặp lúc nào, chỗ nào. What you did with your friend, các bạn đã từng làm gì với bạn bè mình. How you felt about a friend. Bạn cảm thấy thế nào về cái người bạn đó? Okay, so I should give you 1.5 minutes now because this is an easy topic. Chủ đề này dễ. Phút rưỡi thôi nha. Time's up. Hello. Okay, now please describe a childhood friend of yours. Miss Lynn, can you start first?
That's a childhood friend. That's my childhood friend.
Try to speak louder. Cố gắng để gần cái microphone. Choose to be near the mic. Try to be near the microphone, okay? Có thể là em để cái viết á, em cấn đằng dưới cái laptop. Thì nó sẽ hở cái microphone bên dưới cái laptop lên. Okay, try again.
I'm saying about my childhood friends.
I'm talking about. I'm saying about. It's I'm talking about my
childhood friend. I think immediately about my best friend. His name is Quyền. He's the most dear. He's the most
Yes.
This is one of the most inspirational person in my life.
Inspirational. Interesting to have an inspirational friend. But what did that person do? You have to describe more.
I have known her when I was a child. And
Child, y ngắn L em. Child. When I was a child. Tại vì y ngắn L là I-L, là I-L, thì là child. When I was a child.
Student in the fifth grade. In the 5th grade.
Anything else? Please continue. Tiếp tục em các bạn.
My house is quite far from the house, and we not frequently went to go out with all together. It's funny that I so impressive because
I'm so interested, right? Impressed or interested?
I'm so interested by
interested.
her. I'm so interested by her humorous personality.
By her personality.
By her personality. She always created a happy conversation with other people. We have a funny joke.
So, vậy thì sao nào?
We have
hơn 2 phút rồi. It's more than 2 minutes already. Now, you should practice more. Cái vấn đề phát âm của em á, nhiều khi nó gây người ta không hiểu lầm, người ta không hiểu được. I think it's the problem with your pronunciation. You need to be more clear. Cái phát âm nó phải rõ ràng hơn nữa, người ta mới hiểu được. Okay, so Mr. Huy, please, can you describe a childhood friend of yours?
Yeah, of course. I met him when I
met my friend. Phải giải thích là ông là ai đã trước. You need to explain who that person is first.
I met my friend when I was 4 years old.
When I was 4 years old.
Him at kindergarten.
Yes. In the kindergarten.
Kindergarten, yes. So
that's a German word. Nó một từ tiếng Đức. Kindergarten, vườn trẻ. Yeah. Yeah, kinder means children. Garden. Kindergarten, vườn trẻ.
Kindergarten.
Yeah.
So meeting. You're very funny. We always talk when we meet at the kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
We talk to other and we play together. Yeah. Cái này ơi, em không phải là kiểu là mình nên nói theo về cái việc mà gọi là có nhau như hình với bóng này.
And we were we stick together. We were sticking together. We were always together as close friends. Let's just say that we were always together as close friends. Chúng tôi luôn luôn đi cùng nhau như bạn thân đấy. We were always together as close friends.
We were always together as close friends.
Close friends.
Close friend. And he very
he was very
sorry. He is generous. Always give me a box of milk every day.
a box of milk. Wow, such a generous friend to have.
Yes, because at this time he's very rich.
Say again?
At this time, he's very rich. Always him.
A rich friend.
Yeah,
Just like in Detective Conan, Ranmori and her friend is very rich.
Yes, like it.
Như trong Thám tử lệnh danh Conan, Ranmori luôn có một người bạn rất là giàu có. What's her name again? I forgot.
He always hate milk, and I know. I don't hate.
Gia tộc nhà Suzuki đấy phải? Yeah, it's a Suzuki family, I think.
Đòn Suzuki.
Yeah, and then they are very, very rich people, like a corporation, of course. They are very rich people. Okay, good. Now, Mr. Bao, please. Can you describe a childhood friend of yours? I think we can end this one here because we have practiced a lot already today.
So I would like to talk about my friend, a childhood friend. Well, she was actually a neighbor friend. We met each other since at age of 2.
So we met what? We met what?
We met together. We met each other. Yeah, each other when at the age of 2. Well, actually,
really?
at that time,
You found each other at 2? 2 tuổi.
We are
wow.
like, actually, it is a coincidence.
Coincidence. Okay.
So like at that time, my parents put me on the baby car, and then suddenly we and her parents talk to each other, and then since then we have played together.
We have become. Remember, to play means you play a game with each other. Play là chơi game, chơi trò chơi với nhau nha. Còn đi chơi với nhau là hang out with each other. Remember, hang out with each other is the right word. And since then we have hung out. Hung. Since then we have hung out with each other a lot.
Yeah, a lot. So we actually we usually go to each other house, not home.
Each other's home is all fine. Thật sự home cũng được. Here, go to each other's homes. Yep.
And actually we met together.
We met each other.
Yeah, we met together.
We met each other.
We met each other again when I was studying at the primary school.
At the primary school.
So until now, I'm just keeping the relationship with her. Yeah.
Until now, I'm just keeping a relationship with them.
So she's actually an intelligent person.
Of
She's
course, otherwise you would not want to be her
very
friend.
kind person. She always want to help me first, and then to go to her job, go to her work later. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, Miss Ngan, please, can you describe a childhood friend of yours?
Yes. Well, a friend that come up to my mind right away is Nam. He is my. I met him when I was in elementary school. We sat next to each other by chance. So, like, he's really very good at my English, and I really good at math. So
Good
it can be
exchange.
said that we
It was a good
get along
exchange.
quite well. Yes, we like support each other in every exam.
Wow, such a good friend.
That's
Such
quite
good
well.
friends.
So, like, we always have each other in studying. Yeah, but because of this, like, all of my friends in class thought we love each other, and
Oh, but now.
and that made me quite shy whenever I sat next to him, even avoiding him sometimes.
Okay.
But then I realized that he's a very good friend and kind, and especially that he had a crush on another girl in my class. So yeah, I feel safe and like we were not as shy anymore.
Oh, wouldn't be shy. Should not be shy anymore.
Because we just
And how you felt about your friend? Yeah, you need to make it a bit more apparent. You need to make it more obvious. How you felt about your friends. Mình nên tập trung vào thêm cái chuyện mà how you felt about your friends nữa cơ.
I feel like he was a boy like with a big heart.
Heart. Kéo dài em.
Heart.
A big heart.
A big
kéo dài.
heart.
A big heart.
Heart.
He was a boy with a big heart. Chứ không phải là hurt. Hurt là làm tổn thương.
Heart. Big
You
heart.
see? Right?
Heart.
Heart. Heart.
Heart.
Heart.
Heart.
Heart. Heart.
This one is hurt.
Hurt.
Là kéo dài. You see?
Heart.
Hurt.
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 Okay.
Hurt.
I got it.
Okay, good. Now, is there anything else?
He was an intelligent boy, of course, because he's really good at math, and I need it. And also, he's not like a selfish boy because he always tried to teach me about his knowledge and help me in every exam. So that's quite good.
Okay, good. I think that's good practice today. Vậy là hết rồi. Okay, let's stop here. Remember, you have your writing to do, okay? Các bạn nhớ cố gắng làm writing nộp đúng ngày nha, đừng có lý do này nọ nha. Try to finish your writing on time, okay? Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh đó, để mà các bạn có thể được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.